I just bought a Cummins. Let's show it to you guys. Yeah, so here pretty much we go. It's got basically, I think, 600 horsepower. It's got 60 over injectors. It's got that Borg Warner turbo on it. I think it's an SX 300. It's 66 millimeter on the compressor side. So it's pretty big turbo, and yeah, it's got a bunch of stuff done to it, a whole bunch of new paperwork. So yeah, the engine's pretty much ready to go.
What about the rest of the truck there?
What do you mean about the rest of the truck? That's such a silly question, because Dodge owners don't care about the truck. All they buy it for is the engine. What's up, guys? So the hood's up on the truck because if it was down, I think maybe you might not recognize it. You might think it was a Ford or something like that. All right, so let's talk about these trucks a little bit. So I think all good jokes are rooted in a little fact, and that's what makes them funny, because most people that have a sense of humor can laugh at it. And these trucks have some issues. Like, let's face it, these trucks have some issues. This one's actually not even running. In fact, I bought this truck here. Hold on a sec. I actually bought this truck probably about a month ago at this point. I can say so far that the time spent working on it has been greater than or equal to the time I'd spent driving it. So what happened is, so normal vehicles, when you have like a turn signal out or some weird electrical issue like that, it's probably a light bulb, maybe it's a ground. And on a Dodge, 3rd gen Dodge Cummins, it is your $400 computer module. So we had to get that sent out, and that was turned around in about a week. Actually, the guys that rebuilt that allegedly did a great job. We haven't plugged it in yet, so we'll see how that goes. Also, the Hydro Booster's bad. Well, it was bad. That one was on me. I thought maybe it was the seal on the master and I just needed a new master cylinder or something. Nope, it was the Hydro Boost. So that one's on me, but yeah, I know I was joking about the whole Cummins thing, but honestly, it's a pretty nice truck. There's no rust anywhere on the whole thing, and I live up here in the Northeast, so that's pretty rare for me. Look, even underneath, you can see it's got the fuel system. It's got these track bars on the back. Whole bunch of stuff. Lots of leaks on the ground from the Hydro Boost, and the first one I got sent was bad, so it just exploded. So that was also fantastic. Once again, can't necessarily blame the truck yet. This dude wanted to take off the fog lights. He wanted to take off the tailgate. And that was actually funny, because right before I drove away, he gave me the bracket for the 3rd gen tailgate, and he's like, oh, by the way, I had a 4th gen tailgate on it, so you're gonna need this bracket to do your 3rd gen. And I'm like, okay, so you lied too, so that's great. Once again, I have the receipts for everything that happened to this truck, and I could tell that it was worked on and it wasn't a lie. So everything that did happen to it was, 1, not done by him, and 2, it actually happened. So another thing that happened, I think he wanted to take off the shift knob. It was like sentimental to him or something. Not really sure what happened to that. But anyway, yeah, that's the truck, and there's a bunch of stuff with it, but hopefully more good than bad. So let's get to work on putting that computer in. You know, I have never bought a truck, and I've owned like 6 trucks that had a working battery bracket. I always had to build one, make my own, cut rust out, you name it. So real talk, that's why Whistling Diesel destroys trucks, because you have people like this that want to just pick parts off of it and like, oh yeah, the like he took the fog lights off of it. Maybe those are worth $500. Who knows? They're fog lights. How much could they possibly be worth, right? I'm surprised that he didn't take like his window tint off of it. You know what I mean? Like you got these people. Oh, and just so you know, all the stickers he left on it. He left all the stickers on it. Money well wasted. Well, I guess that one's kind of self-explanatory, given that this is a truck with, you know, it's got the red center console there, and this piece is red too. Different textured reds, I might add. Look at the texture on that, and look at the texture on that. Here we go. Look at this. We got a jam handle sticker on here. Look at that, though. Hold on a sec. So we have remnants where there used to be jam handles. So I don't really care for these personally, but the idea is you stick it in your door and then you can close your door like from the inside so you don't scratch your paint. But they forgot this crazy concept that you can do. What? So I know that I'm kind of frustrated with a couple things with this truck, particularly some things the previous owner lied about or watered down or whatever. But I actually do really enjoy the truck. I made fun of it too, because there are a couple like quality control problems, not just on this truck, but on any Dodge 3rd gen truck. But if you're still watching this, then chances are you're either curious my thoughts on it, or hopefully you're looking for an honest review, and hopefully I can give you guys that. I wasn't kidding earlier either. This truck does have around 600 horsepower. Hopefully we can get it dynoed on the channel, but I kind of wanted to like just see what we got before I just go throw it on there and then it ends up blowing up or something like that. But as of right now, I don't think it's going to blow up, so hopefully we can get something like that going pretty soon here, because I think that would actually be a blast. I'm going to drive this truck down to the middle of nowhere, and in my opinion, that's where something like this can really shine its best. Yeah, so I guess I'll talk about some of the issues I dealt with this thing. So these things have a computer that tells the turn signals when to work, basically, and there's also the fuel pump relay is on there, and there's a couple other things. And if you start having these weird erratic symptoms, basically the board is corroded and weird stuff starts happening. So I took mine out to get it repaired, and they actually told me that the whole board was messed up and they had to just give me a new one. So we got the new one in the truck. Unfortunately, the turn signals still weren't working correctly, and I guess that's on me because it was some of the headlight wiring. You know, it was really doing some strange things though, so I think there's a possibility it was actually the two things in tandem, because one of the issues was when I turned on my right turn signal, all the four-ways went on, and also the cab clearance lights on the roof. So obviously, to me, it seemed like it was a little more than just like a light bulb or a fuse or something kind of like that. And I think I was correct about that. And even if not, they told me the whole computer was burnt. It wasn't that expensive to get the thing rebuilt. Allegedly, that even though it went bad, it never left the truck stranded. So I would imagine that the new one's good for another 100,000 miles at minimum. This truck's also a little harder to shift. So this has the NV5600 in it, and from what I understand, that's either a little bit normal or maybe you're starting to show some wear. But either way, this one's a little harder to get in gear, and it kind of stinks driving it around town sometimes. You almost have to like plan when the light's gonna turn, so you have to like really watch. It's harder to just go, oh, and then put it in gear like when the light turns quickly. We're gonna go right here. So I hope you guys can hear the turbo. Trucks should not be this fast. It's ridiculous. like, it's not like throw you in your seat back fast just because there's so much mass that has to get moved around, but it's just like it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a it's almost like an old school muscle car that still has like the engine that's supposed to be in there, aka a giant V8. But because this Cummins is turbo diesel and it has 2 less cylinders, the power is like delayed. I don't know. It feels like a typical boosted car that has a lot of boost behind it, and that's exactly what we got here. I really like it, and I'm glad that I bought this particular truck because it had that new motor in it, and it has all the power mods, and it also doesn't have any rust. So I figured any little thing that happened, it was worth getting into that just for you know, the truck itself. So really happy I decided to do that, even though I had some problems that weren't all that great. All right, here we go. Light just turned. Like you have to put it like in third first. Like you put the clutch in, and I put it in third, and then I just real quick put it in second, all with the clutch pushed in. So I'm gonna try changing the fluid. I actually have some synchro mesh at the house I'm gonna try putting in there. Apparently these trucks are, well, not the truck, the transmission. Apparently the 5600s are a little different in that all the gears are always turning in the 5600s. So you have to use a different fluid, otherwise I think you have heat problems because the gears are just constantly interlocked and turning all the time. I could be wrong about that, but that's my assumption, and I'm gonna just stick to it for the sake of the video. We got a car in front of me, but I was really hoping I could get on it for you guys. I do want to show you the smoke. We're gonna, you know what, we're gonna leave it in fifth here actually. All right. Like, I don't know where you guys are from, but where I'm from, you can't just go doing that. All right, guys, I'm gonna go take all these stupid stickers off now that I showed you guys the truck, and I think we've done a pretty good job making fun of it. And yeah, next time you see this truck, it'll be a little bit cleaner looking, and I'll have a little bit more of an opinion on how I think it's gonna last, and just an overall opinion on the truck. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.